Alright, so right here we have the FPGA loaded up with the TX top module for Lab 9. You can see right here we have the switches down here, which will display the hex value here on the 7 segment. And so everything seems to be working as it should. We can test this with some values. So let's say we want to put in some digits. Those will start at hex 30. So we have hex 30 right now. If we hit that center button, that'll send us a 0. We can, say, send a 3. Send a couple of those. We can send a 7. Go 8, 9. And then at the end of the digits, it'll start rolling over into punctuation once you get to OX40 or OX3B. It rolls over into punctuation. So you can see we've got a semicolon, question mark, and we have 7F right here, or that last value, which is actually the delete command. So you can delete the rest of those. We can do some, let's say, uppercase letters. If we come down here, those start at 41. So we can set this to 4. 1 should start off with A, go B, C, etc. If we want to go lowercase, we can change this to 61. It'll start us with a lowercase a, B, C, etc. We demonstrated some punctuation already. Some of the more interesting characters, we have 0A, which will give us a line feed, which will just move it downward. And we also have 0D, which will give us a carriage return, which will return us to the beginning of the line. Specifically in Windows, those are used in tandem when you for instance, hit an Enter key in most text editors. Depending on the operating system, it'll use one, the other, or both of those. In the case of Windows, it uses both to constitute one, essentially, Enter key, or moving down to the next line in a text editor. We also have, 0C will completely clear the editor. Will completely clear the window of any text that's been input. And another interesting one is OX07, which is not a character, but the bell sound. And in this, since we're using Windows 10 specifically, I'm not sure if that's audible or not, but it'll give us that sort of Windows message. And I assume that would be dependent on the OS you're using, whether it's Mac or Linux. They would have their own error messages that would interpret that signal in whatever way is appropriate. And then we also have characters that are above OX80. All give us, it's a bit hard to see, this sort of semi-solid sort of gradient character, and really any value above 80, we can go up to, say 8F, will all give us these. And I think that's just down to the PuTTY program itself, and the terminal that we're using, I think, is just not built to be able to interpret values above OX7F. And so I think that that is more of just a software side thing rather than an issue with the actual transmitter itself. And that should about do it for Lab 9.